Okay. Hello, everyone. It's your favorite programming error just refuses to be fixed. CodeErr. Hooray! It is me, live on the Twitch platform, where people stream on occasion. It is me, the person who plays Genshin on occasion. Like today, where we play Genshin on this lovely occasion. So, I was streaming the game yesterday as well, as you might recall.
Shower me with praise.
And, yeah, I did say I would continue today to ensure that I can get the story content done. So that is what we're doing. We're getting the story content done. And yes, Spinne is here first. Hello, hi, congrats on being first and forgetting again, yet somehow still showing up first. Congratulations. So, last time on Genshin Impact, we completed the interlude and we completed the Masters of the Nightwind story as far as we could. As far as it's available. And Gabe, thank you for the resub? Seriously? Thanks a bunch. Also, hi, Sidlali Drip Marketing Pog. Yes, the marketing. Honestly, I'm just looking forward to seeing everything else, including, of course, Sidlali. But it's just gonna be so much more other than Sidlali that I'm looking forward to, as you can probably figure. Curious as to what this area is gonna be. We haven't seen fog like this in a while. I'm pretty sure the last time we saw fog like this was down in Inazuma. Specifically, like, on this island. I might be misremembering, but I think that's the last time we saw fog on the map. And that is a big streak, by the way, Spinne. 180. You're getting closer and closer to 200. Can't wait for that streak to eventually break and crumble, causing you to cry, to weep. We'll see when that time arrives. Also, hi Star, how's it going? What's up? You well? I would hope so. Okay. Oh, right. Gabe, you talked about it on Discord, whether or not this event was voice acted. You said it wasn't, right? Just so I know that I don't have to worry about that today. I'm okay. I'm doing pretty well myself, personally. I think I'm doing a little bit better than okay, but I do every single day for the past few days have a moment during which I hate myself. Spinne probably knows what time of day that is usually, as would Neon. But yeah, doing just about okay. Sadly, I don't play gacha games. Imagine playing gacha games. Just do it. It's bad. At this point, I am too committed. I can't drop out in the last few days. I can't. Bunch of uni work. Other than that, I'm fine.
Oh, hey there, Chaska.
Oh, I'm glad to know
Did
you're
Elder
mostly
Alpha
fine.
send you?
Glad to know.
Yeah, she's got other things on her plate right now. How are things looking here?
Well, the inspection revealed numerous blockages all over the trial arena. It looks like they're the result of ley line disorders caused by repeat abyss invasions.
So should I take care of
we
that?
just need to clear those obstacles,
Thanks for the hydrate,
and
by
the
the way.
arena will fill up with gaseous phlogiston again. But that's proving difficult to achieve in practice, for all sorts of reasons. Why don't you head on down and check things out for yourself?
Spinner, I never
Feel free to
claimed
ask the staff
otherwise.
For more details.
I never claimed that Palutena was superior to Viridi. Never ever. And now I assume your next question is gonna be then why did I send Palutena? Because I don't know, honestly. Alright, time to use the flying character.
Coming in.
Alright, seriously, how E? There we go. Need to land. Hello, cautious investigator.
I think it should be possible to clear this spout with just a few hard hits. But there are signs of strange life in here. Meddling with it might be dangerous.
I know about Kid Icarus Uprising and I've seen snippets of it. Yes. Have I ever played any of the games? No. Have I ever seen gameplay of any of the games to completion? No. Do I know general stuff about them? Kind of, yeah. And from what I've seen about Viridi, she definitely does seem like a fantastic character. No doubt about that. Boom.
Hey, monsters!
Well, it shouldn't be too hard. Just a casual level 100 enemy. Nothing to worry about.
Gather! I thought I was done for. Oh, this spout should be
You
good
wimp.
now. Thank you very much.
That dude is a wimp. Guess I should fly up there.
Let's fly.
Hello. Doubtful investigator.
How strange. Why is there so much solid phlogiston
And yeah, tooth
here?
pain is horrible.
Well, could be.
Absolutely.
From the
That's
children
why you
of
gotta take
Echoes.
care of them. And
Maybe
yeah,
that's
root
what
canal
occurred due to the
treatment
ley line
probably sucks
disturbances.
ass as well, I would
And I
imagine.
did see those strange
Sorry to hear you've been
markings on
through
the
that,
cliff.
Rob.
I can't think of a way to resolve this.
And I hope you will never have to worry about
Short
that
of going
again.
all the way to the Children of Echoes to borrow it to Petlisaur. How strange.
Well, could be from the children of Echoes.
Strange
Maybe I got
markings.
I can't think of a way to resolve this.
I really needed a Petlisaur, you say, because of the markings and whatever. Oh, this stuff. That's the problem. Is that it? I guess it is. Then let me go up. get skins this land, alright. Excited. If you're excited about skins, then I can imagine who it might be.
Oh, are you here to help? Thank goodness. There's no way I could do all this by myself. So the blockage here has to be cleared using a special bomb, but carrying explosives up that steep slope would be a recipe for disaster. If I dropped it or slipped and fell, I'd be blown to bits in an instant.
Fair enough.
So,
I
my
feel
plan
like
was
the
to
ancient
transport the
name
bomb to the
seems
other
like a
side,
good opportunity
then
to
send it
unlock
over
our
in a hot air balloon.
powers.
All I need now is for someone else to strike the balloon at the right moment, dropping the payload right on top of the spout, and problem solved.
Yeah,
What do you
when we
think?
get our ancient name, that
Simple
seems
enough,
like
right?
perfect timing. I think I can handle that. Is that hot air balloon up there yours too?
Huh? Oh, that one. No, I've got no idea who that belongs to. Or how they got it up so high. I just wish I could fly up there and check out what kind of tech they're using. Ah, well. Getting the trial arena back in order is more important. I'll head over and set up now. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
All right! Get ready!
Where do I need to... I can hardly see. The spout. Where is the spout? This thing? Wait for it. Yep, that worked. Also Zhongli, a bit Yelan. I mean, fair, but still. Ow, ow, ow. Why does it hurt? Heal me. Heat goes through the shield. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Alright, one more area to check out. Can attack its structural weak point simultaneously, will collapse. Oh dear god! They're missing a space between can and attack. Oh no. You can attack.
This is crazy. I put all of my strength into it, but it just won't break. Maybe Inkanak was right after all. If a stable structure is formed inside the solid phlogiston, I'll need to hit all the weak spots at the same time to break it. But how am I supposed to do that?
Hit all weak spots at the same time. What if I just...
The gaseous phlogiston is being replenished. Looks like all this
Zhongli just does it all.
Let's head back up.
You can't deny that Zhongli just wins at life. Every single time. Unless it comes to money. In that case, he's kind of broke. But I have a lot of money, so it doesn't matter. I could climb, or I could just teleport. Okay, yeah, and he doesn't have a good signature weapon for himself. Fair enough. Fair enough. And I'm here.
Wow, you took care of everything in no time at all. Incredible work. Now we just have to wait until the gaseous phlogiston is fully replenished. Then we can kick off the retrials.
Actually, Inkanak, I'd like to do a test flight first, just to make sure we're not missing anything. Could you arrange that for me?
Huh? But you only just finished getting the arena ready. There could still be other hazards we're unaware of.
Still,
All the
test
more reason
flight,
to have
right
me
now.
test it out.
If she says it, it must
Think
be
of
the
it
best.
as another inspection.
I guess you're right. With your flying skills, you won't be in any serious danger, even if there are hazards we overlooked.
The conditions in this area seem a little unstable, but a test flight is the only way to catch any lingering issues.
All right, I'll get things set up for you. Just let me know when you're ready.
I am ready.
Are you ready? This should be a piece of cake for Chaska. But still, try to be careful.
I'm sure she'll be fine.
All right, then spread your wings and fly.
Alright, I'm on a timer. At least this is pretty easy. Very easy, in fact. There we go. Almost too easy. And I'm done. Oh god!
That was amazing.
I think Klee just fell to her death. I think Klee might have just fallen to her death. Oh no. So, any further issues with the venue?
No, nothing major. Give it a few days, and we should be able to conduct the trials.
Help! Help me! You're from the Flower Feather clan, right? Please, come quick. You've got to help us.
No, I need to help Klee first.
Catch your breath first. What's the situation?
We got attacked by a Kukasaur. My friends are still stranded in the middle of the road with the goods we were transporting. Please, I'm begging you, save them.
Huh? Are Kukusaurs really that aggressive? Do they usually attack groups of people unprovoked?
Probably not.
Not in my experience, but there are exceptions to every rule. Let's go check it out.
Alright. Well, at least Klee didn't actually die from the fall.
Ouch!
I've never seen such an aggressive Kukusaur.
How aggressive? How aggressive is aggressive?
Chaska? Traveler? This is a surprise.
Elder Alpa? Huh. So, where's this aggressive Kukusaur we've heard about?
Already flew away. Looks like it backed off once it realized that reinforcements were coming.
So why do you think it attacked these people in the first place? Was it after the food?
No. These merchants are even transporting food.
Ah! Thank goodness! The phlogiston wings are intact!
Okay then.
Phlogiston wings.
Something new for flight?
Thank you so much for coming to our rescue. These phlogiston wings are our most prized goods. If anything happened to them, it would ruin us.
Wait a minute. Are you the merchants that were looking to collaborate with us? Wormy told me about you.
Oh?
Yeah, that's us. So I take it you're Elder Alpa?
I am. You must be exhausted from your journey, not to mention shaking up from the attack. Let me bring you back to our tribe to rest. We can talk business after you've recovered.
But Elder Alpa, what about the Kukasaur attack?
Nah, don't worry about it.
Our guests here weren't seriously injured, and their goods are intact.
Don't worry about those
Perhaps
attacks.
that
They're
Kukusaur
nothing.
was just having a bad day. There are so many of them around here. You'd expect something like this every once in a while. I don't think we need to pursue it any further. More importantly, how are the preparations for the flying trials going? Is everything in order over at the arena?
Everything is on track.
Huh? Did you say flying trials? What a coincidence! Sounds like a perfect use case for our phlogiston wings. You'll be pleasantly surprised by what they can do.
Will we,
Oh,
though?
really? Now I'm intrigued.
Well then, let's forget all about this Kukusaur attack for now. We have some serious business to discuss.
I wonder if there's gonna be something bad about those wings. Probably. They're probably not gonna be entirely good things.
So that's it? That all went smoother than expected. Well, guess we'd better get going. Huh? Chaska?
What are you looking at? Not a fan of those wings? Oh?
A blood-stained feather.
They're hunting Kukusaurs, aren't they? It's forgotten about. Please return to Flower Clan. The next time eventful, except for the flying trial preparations. Blah, blah, blah. I assume they're hunting. They're hunting them. The wing, in order to make the wings, they're hunting the Kukusaurs, and that's why it was so aggressive.
The Flower Feather Clan should be about ready to hold the new flying trials by now. Let's go check it out.
Alright, Paimon, if you say so. Then let's go. Hello there, Chaska.
Ah, Traveler and Paimon. You came.
Yep, and it looks like we made it just in time. Although, can't say the same for the Kukusaurs. Bit of a low turnout, huh?
Probably because a lot of them were being
You'll see why
hunted,
soon enough.
I imagine.
All right,
And
get
hello
ready.
again, Dragon
3,
Dagger.
2, 1.
How's it
fly!
going? Also, those aren't wings, those are jetpacks.
We're really flying!
Why do you call them
I
phlogiston
feel light
wings
as
if
a
they are not
feather.
wings?
I'm flying without a Kukusaur!
These phlogiston wings are awesome.
They're not wings!
What's going on?
Also, apparently,
I can't believe her eyes.
in the
How did they
fantasy
fly all
world of
around?
Genshin Impact, they have now invented jetpacks. Amazing. What happened while we were gone?
The merchants we ran into that day were selling a product called phlogiston wings. It's a flying machine worn on the back. To operate it, you just use a handheld trackball that controls the flow of gaseous phlogiston.
That's
Huh.
incredible.
Yeah. If our tribe, well, if Natlan mass adopted this technology, it would revolutionize our mobility and responsiveness in times of
Yeah,
crisis.
but there has to be a catch.
Just think of the countless tragedies that could be averted.
But there's a catch. I can see why she's like this. Traveling would be, you could avert tragedies because she lost her sis, but that's, you know, shit happens, right? Also, I know I just went to someone. I know your loved one died, but shit happens.
I feel like I'm dreaming. Did I really just fly on my own without the help of a Kukusaur? You'd better believe it. Plus, you just passed a flying trial. Right, Elder Alpa?
Does it
Elder
count?
Alpa?
Does it count if you do it with those wings?
Should
Quote unquote
this
wings?
really count as a pass if we did the trial using phlogiston wings?
Why not? The scoring rubric is about flying performance. It doesn't specifically say you have to ride a Kukusaur, does it?
Yeah, maybe, but I mean, even Chaska had to ride a Kukusaur in a trial, right? And the whole point of the trial is to test both your flying technique and your ability to work with a Saurian companion.
Well, there you go.
Well,
That's
if
fair,
we can fly
right?
by ourselves, maybe we don't need to test the ladder anymore.
Chaska, Traveler, what are your thoughts on this new invention?
I feel like it should be a separate category. Like, take for example getting your driving license. Yeah, you can get your driving license with an automatic car, but that means you won't be allowed to, you know, drive a manual one. Maybe it should be similar to that. There should be like a subcategory of people who did the trial but didn't do it with a Kukusaur. So they haven't passed on the highest level. Something along those lines. Too scared to even try and get a driver's license. Honestly, I will tell you this. Yeah, the first time you're actually driving the car is scary. I remember that. It is terrifying to be in control of a moving vehicle. Especially because I remember back when I was driving for the first time, I was only in charge of the steering wheel. And my driving instructor actually took care of, you know, shifting, the gas, and the brakes. All I had control over was the steering wheel, which almost felt more scary because I had no control over the speed, but I had to steer accordingly to wherever we were supposed to go. That only having partial control almost felt even more terrifying. I will admit that much. The dropped it the better. It's an unknown quantity. You should use it with caution. I agree, we should use it with caution.
Right? That's what I think too.
I agree that they have strategic value. But I don't think it makes any sense to evaluate candidates by the current testing standards if they're using phlogiston wings.
Why? Shunan finally mustered the courage to go through with this. And now you're saying it doesn't
Again,
count?
make it a
I don't have
subcategory.
any experience using these wings in battle. Nor is it immediately obvious how to incorporate them into the existing systems in our tribe. Taking a longer-term perspective, I think we need to start by getting thoroughly acquainted with how these things work.
Also fair.
Then we can develop a new trial format with new assessment criteria, tailored to candidates using the phlogiston wings.
You all raise valid points. But Chaska, while your proposal sounds perfectly reasonable, it would probably take years to put it into practice.
I
We
mean,
lost so many
fair
people
enough.
in that war. These phlogiston wings could be exactly what we need to strengthen our forces and boost morale in this trying time. And as for real-world battle experience, there will be plenty of opportunities to gain that. I have high hopes for you, Junon.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Hey, stop staring into space! Say thank you!
How about no?
Thank you. Thank you, Elder Alpa.
You have nothing to thank me for. Remember, the way you got your wings back was by relying on yourself.
Oh, Elder Alpa! Bad news! Kukasaurs are attacking the merchants again!
Uh-huh. I wonder
Again?
why.
Okay, everyone, stay put while I...
I feel like they are the ones causing the problem somehow. Act 3 started.
Why did Chaska rush off like that? And then Elder Alpa and the others too? Anyway, let's go see what this is all about.
I'm telling you, those merchants are not entirely innocent in what's going on here. It is a fact that those Kukusaurs are attacking those merchants specifically, and there was that one bloodstained feather we found. I am a bit suspicious of what's going on, and I feel like anyone playing the game would be suspicious.
Oh, it's back! It found us again! Run! Get out of here!
Curses. She's really riled up this time. Hey! Stop running! We'll never outrun a creature with wings! Get back here and let's fight!
But that thing has talents. Do you have any weapons to speak of? Are you unarmed? Because if you're unarmed, I'm not sure
Stop,
this will
all
go
of you.
well for you.
Chaska! Oh, wonderful!
And here comes the
Quick, get rid of
peacemaker.
that thing!
Time for peace. It is time for peace, correct? Hi, I'm here too. And I guess Paimon as well.
What's going on? Why isn't she doing anything?
So it really is you. Sister.
Oh!
Wait, sister? That Kukusaur is Chaska's sister?
I mean, her mom's also a Kukusaur, don't be surprised. Well... What do you have to say for yourself? I can't exactly understand you, but okay.
Koya, wait!
Is Chaska gonna be okay? Should we go check on her?
No, she's not gonna be okay. Transporting more of these. Again, there's something, it must have something to do with these phlogiston wings. The question is what? I can already tell that there's something wrong with them, which is why they won't be a thing that actually stays. The question is what is wrong with them. Something to do with the Kukusaurs, but I'm not sure of the exact connection yet. One thing that I thought about, again, I talked about this before I saw that they were jetpacks. Before I saw that they were jetpacks, I assumed that maybe they were hunting Kukusaurs in order to get materials to make wings, but looking at these phlogiston wings and seeing how they're jetpacks, I don't know, something about that doesn't feel like it would need, they would need to hunt Kukusaurs for that kind of stuff. But what do I know?
Chaska, are you okay?
Does she look okay?
I'm fine. Sorry for making you worry.
You're not going to keep following her?
No point. She's an expert at hiding her tracks. Once she's shaken you off, you'll never catch up to her. At least, I always used to lose to her at hide and seek when we were kids.
When you were kids?
Well, yeah. You know I was raised by Kukusaurs.
Yup.
Anyway, she and I grew up in the nest together. Her name's Koya, and she's my big sister. We played together all the time, chasing each other through treetops or mountaintops. It felt like it would go on that way forever. Until the day I was sent back to live with the humans.
And then you had to deal with your human
Kukusaurs are friendly
sister,
towards people.
who is now dead.
Koya, for instance, she's fine with me because
What if
we
her
grew up around
Kukusaur
each
sister
other,
also is gonna end up
she's not
dying?
fond of other
Imagine.
humans.
Imagine she
Mom decided to
loses her
send me
Kukusaur
away.
sister as
Koya
well as a
strongly
human
protested.
sister.
After I left, she became more and more reluctant to interact with humans.
Maybe she thinks that humans stole you away from her.
It's a possibility, but
Interesting
in any
thought
case,
process, yeah.
we still stayed best friends at first. I had a hard time adjusting to life in the
Bleh.
tribe. So whenever something
What?
went wrong, I'd run off into the wild and vent to Koya.
Ah, so that's what Uncle Cusco was talking about. He said you seemed to prefer hanging out with Saurians to your own kind back then.
Yeah, I did. But then, gradually, everything changed. With a new mom and dad, a new tribe, and Koichi.
Who is now
I started
dead.
getting curious about these humans. And made an effort to understand their behavior. The more time I spent with them, the less I spent with Koya. And then, one day, it was Koya's turn to leave the nest. She sought me out and asked if I was willing to leave the tribe and go live in the wilderness with her. As far as I can remember, that was the first time she
Early
ever
game,
approached
and
a
would
human
you recommend
settlement
it?
on purpose.
So, how did you answer her?
Interesting questions.
Well, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you if I'd said yes.
Let me actually put some thought into that while we're on the quick little pause section here. Okay. I enjoy the game. Well, partially it's Stockholm Syndrome, I think, because I've been playing it for so long. Or more like the sunk cost fallacy, I should say. Because I've invested so much of my time into Genshin at this point, I can't quit even if I wanted to. Sunk cost fallacy at its finest there. I'm definitely not one to praise the game more than it's worth. I will say the game has its good aspects and its bad aspects. Some of the bad aspects were especially noticeable in the more recent updates due to the strike for a lot of voice actors. Where, yeah, it just goes to show how some stuff in this game really isn't designed to work well. Like text advancing instantly, not giving you a chance to read it. I will say, as for what I like about this game, I am interested in the story. I think the cutscenes in this game look absolutely stunning and gorgeous. There's a bunch of really, really well-written characters here who I like. Some obviously more than others. And honestly, I think there's generally just fun stuff to do, especially with updates and events constantly adding new stuff for you to check out and get into. Now onto the negative parts. As with a lot of gacha games, it really depends on luck if you get what you really want out of this game. Especially when it comes to characters. There's also a lot of grinding involved if you want to remain free to play. I, for one, have yet to invest a single cent into this game, but I am making sure I never miss my dailies and do whatever I can constantly to get all the primo gems I can out of this game. Even then, I'm slacking a little bit because I often miss my queue to do the Spiral Abyss, which is another area where you can get primo gems. Primo gems, by the way, is the currency you need to do gacha pulls. Would I recommend the game? I feel like I honestly, again, it hurts me to say this because I am just I'm in too deep at this point, but there's probably better gacha games out there. Like, if you want a game that's similar, I have to say, from what I've seen, ZZZ and Star Rail might possibly be the better ones to pick up. I will admit that. Those games are a bit newer, same developers, so it has a similar style and everything. Gameplay is different, and I overall think that they treat their players better in those games and give you more of the stuff you actually want. From what I've heard, at least. But yeah, there's a reason I don't switch. There's a reason I haven't switched to those games, and that's, as I said, sunk cost fallacy. I've been playing Genshin for years. Dropping this game to pick up another game by the same development studio is not something I would do at this point. So yeah, as much as I want to sing this game's praises, I am not above admitting that ZZZ and Star Rail are probably the better choices. But what do I know? I haven't personally played them, but Spinner has played them and says this basically mirrors the same message, apparently. In other words, you turned her down?
No, I was torn. On the one hand, I'd already made up my mind to embrace my new family and accept my human identity. But I also knew that Koya wasn't a fan of humans, and I didn't want to disappoint her. She took my hesitation as an answer. She saw it as a personal betrayal, threw a huge fit, and then flew off. We hadn't seen each other since, well, until today. Not for a lack of trying, though. I tried asking Mom where Koya's new nest was so I could talk things out with her. But Koya had already asked Mom not to tell me where she'd moved to.
Damn.
It must be hard for Mom, being stuck between her two daughters. So I didn't press the issue. And I didn't go looking for her.
But after today's events?
If things carry on like this, I need to make sure I find her before anyone else. Even if she doesn't want to see me. For now, let's bring the wounded back to the tribe. And see what Mutota and Elder Alba have in mind.
I guess we shall do that.
Stabilize!
At this point, it's probably best to teleport. Oh yeah, I guess there's one more big point about Genshin that really depends on your perspective on games. The map. The map for this game is massive. Absolutely massive. If you're a new player getting into the game, there's so much to see and do. So much exploring you can do. So many quests you can do across the map. It is just insane. Absolutely insane. And the map is only growing continuously. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. And in fact, you know what? That isn't even the full map. This entire massive area here, that is, as I said, still growing, isn't even all there is to Genshin's map. Because Genshin has sub-maps too. This entire area. And then there's the underground mines in the chasm. And the Sea of Bygone Eras, which I still haven't fully explored. And then again, we have everything else that's on the main overworld. Absolutely insane. After tending to the wounded, Mutota gathers everyone for a meeting.
I hear there's been another Kukasaur attack.
Ha! I knew it! They're wild animals, and they can't be trusted.
Hey, show a little respect. The Kukasaurs are our partners.
Maybe in the flying squad, but they don't give a hoot about the rest of us.
Wow.
Well, now that we have the phlogiston wings, do we even need the Kukasaurs anymore?
Wow.
Are you kidding? How are we supposed to protect our tribe without them?
So what about the lore of the game?
I didn't mean it like that.
Alright.
Protect
Give me
our
a second
tribe?
until the
Or
dialogue
are you
segment
just
is
scared
finished.
that your precious flying squad will lose its prestigious position?
You take that back!
So I can have
Things
some
are
breathing
changing
room
so
to talk.
quickly.
Tasca,
I could also
there's
just
a conflict
pause, but,
emerging
you know.
there. Aren't you going to nip it in the bud?
The whole tribe's talking about this now. Breaking up a single fight won't solve anything. The real source of conflict here is the phlogiston wings. And what happened with Koya.
On any other day, people would just brush this attack aside. After all, clashes between wild Kukasaurs and humans are no more common than those between people.
But now that the phlogiston wings have entered the equation, it's sparked a debate over whether our tribe needs the Kukasaurs at all.
I worry that we risk repeating the mistakes of the Cinder City. Back then, Lord Ochkon's hatred of the Saurians nearly destroyed the peace forged by the Pyro Archon. Jaska,
Well, there is a bit of
to
backstory
prevent
here
things
that
from
they're talking
deteriorating
about
further,
of this nation in
I'd
particular.
like to task you with restoring peace to the tribe.
I will.
Traveler, you've already done so much for Natlan, and the Flower Feather clan has no right to ask more of you. But
Say no more. I'm in. The Flower Feather Clan tribe, they're my friends. Yeah.
looks like I was making a mountain out of a molehill.
And don't forget about Paimon. Just leave this to us.
Alright.
This whole situation has unfolded so quickly that it's put us on a back foot. To tell the truth, it makes me a little suspicious.
You think someone might have orchestrated all this?
It's possible. Leave it with me. I'll look into it.
It's definitely possible the
Chaska,
merchants
could you
orchestrated
try to
it
keep
in
a low
order
profile
to
while
sell
you're
their
out there
products
digging
more
around?
efficiently.
We don't want to give our hand away.
I'll do my best.
Because if, you know, if they can make people hate the
Okay,
Cuckoosaurs, then
so
they'd be
where
more
should we
likely to
start?
purchase those new jetpacks.
This all began with Koya's attacks. If we can find out what led her to do it, that should give us something to work with.
But will she even talk to us?
Unlikely. Given how she reacted when I showed up, I don't think she's forgiven me. If you want to resolve a conflict through dialogue, sometimes
Whose
you need a
voice?
third-party
Paimon's?
facilitator. Let's go see my mom.
You get used to the high-pitched voice. No Paimon. Spinne is very defensive about Paimon, our friendly little emergency food. Alright. So, yeah. I should probably mention, as I, to get back to your 3 points, I mentioned that because the map is so big and there's so many objectives and so much to explore, there's a lot to do. One more thing to add about fun gameplay is that they actually do have more than just... They do have multiple aspects of gameplay. Yeah, there's the exploration and combat of the overworld that you do over the map, all over the map. There's also a trading card game you can play in here. And there are a lot of limited time events. And those limited time events often have completely unique gameplay in and of themselves. It can be rhythm games, prop hunt. I mean, there's fishing you can do in this game. Just to name a few examples. So that's basically the gameplay aspect. About the characters, to once again get back to that. I, again, personally really like a lot of the characters, as I already said, some more than others. And I will say all the characters, and as you can see there is a ton of characters, are very unique. I'm just gonna pick a random character to give an example of, I guess I might go with Klee. Actually, no, let's go with Fischl. Let's go with Fischl. Fischl is great.
I created another universe and founded paradise. For I, Fischl, and the Prinzessin der Verirrten.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with the term Chunibyo, often just shortened to Chuni. She is basically the definition of a Chuni character. And that makes her absolutely fantastic in my mind, because I like that character stereotype. Of just, you know, the typical, I have to seal away my power with this special eye patch, for if I were to ever take it off, the world would surely crumble.
I created another universe and founded
For I
paradise.
am the legend, for I am the
Fischl,
hero
and
of
the
legend
Prinzessin der
who will pierce the darkness, and yeah, that kind of character. Though those I am so incredibly special and mysterious characters who will talk up their game constantly. That is just, for example, one character. Then we have a zombie. We have everything. And all of them are playable. And have completely unique movesets. Every character has a completely unique moveset. And they combo off each other very well. Alright, so that is basically the character. Now, to get onto your main aspect, what you were asking about, the lore. The lore. Yes, this game does have lore. Obviously. I will not spoil anything, as per your request. I will give you the basic rundown. Just general overview, no spoiler. About how much lore there is. Basically, this game takes place in Tevat. That's what the world is called. And there's a grand total of 7 different nations in this game. Each nation is ruled over by one of the 7 gods. Or archons, as they're called. These 7 gods represent the 7 different elements. So yes, each nation is associated with one element, as well as one other aspect. For example, Mondstadt over here is ruled over by the Anemo Archon, so the god of wind, and is known as the Nation of Freedom. Next to that, for example, is ruled over by the god of stone, the Nation of Contracts. Stuff like that. So, and each nation has its own, like, lore and backstory and different legends within the nation. And world building, for example, there's Adepti, which are... What's a good way to describe the Adepti? Basically like demigods, I guess, in a way, who accompanied the god of Geo, so the rock god. And those Adepti are something that is exclusive to the nation of Liyue over here. Only the rock god had these Adepti following along and stuff. Just to get a little bit of that. So yeah, each nation is very, very unique. But there's also a little bit of a blend between nations where they exchange like different cultural aspects and stuff. And you meet characters from one nation in another. Currently only 6 out of the 7 nations are in the game. So there is still more coming. An entire nation is still missing. And it's probably gonna be, if I had to guess where it would be, I don't know, maybe to the north? Probably. It has to be to the north, right? I think we've been told that Shnesnaya is towards the north. Yeah, and one more little fun fact about the nations. Each nation is actually based on a real world country / continent / whatever. For example, Mondstadt up here is based on Germany. Liyue is based on China. Then we have Inazuma. Inazuma down here is based on Japan. Just to name like the initial examples there. It is very interesting how different every area is. Every area feels entirely unique when you get to it. Again, I can definitely sing this game's praises on occasion. Not always, but sometimes I can genuinely praise the game. And sometimes I can genuinely hate on the game.
Tourist spots. I have a few references.
For example, any time that I hate on the game might be when they show the text on a black screen and it advances the text before you get a chance to read it. Because that happens way too often. And yes, it's the Northland Bank. Oh, okay, I guess, by the way, I guess I will show off Hu Tao. I don't have Hu Tao as a character, and I'm probably not gonna get her. Because I don't like... I feel like Hu Tao's gameplay just doesn't vibe with me. Because... Where is she? There she is. The thing about Hu Tao... This is Spinner's favorite character.
Billy Churl, silly Billy, hilly Churl.
Basically the thing about her gameplay is that in order to do well in combat, she needs to be on low health. She has attacks to damage herself, and in order to have good damage output, she needs to be low on health. And that is something that I am not particularly fond of. I do like having health to spare. Which is why I'm probably not gonna pull for Hu Tao anytime. But I can see her being definitely useful and stuff. And you said Sayu would be the character that you had. That you kind of liked from what you saw. Where was she at? There she is. I'm blind. So the lazy one. Fair choice. Fair choice. She's adorable. As you can see, I'm still missing a lot of characters. Lots of characters who I haven't unlocked yet. Honestly, if I had to pick one character who I really want to pull for... I mean, Wanderer could be interesting, potentially. Because he can... I mean, yeah, we have 2 characters now who can fly. But out of the 2, I think I prefer Wanderer. I mean, Zhao is generally really, really well liked. A lot of people use Zhao to very great effect to deal high damage very quickly. So that might be a fair choice. You want to get every Archon? Honestly, I also will try to get every Archon. So far, I have every Archon you can obtain in the game so far. So I'm still missing the next 2 whenever they arrive. Anyway, where was I going? That way. Oh. Alright, it's up. It's out on an island. No teleport point. Hooray. Some countering or reflecting damage? Actually, yes, there is such a character. That being Beidou. Yeah. Gabe just said it. Beidou has a counter. There she is. And she's a 4-star character, so it's actually more probable to obtain her.
Ready.
Basically, each character has a skill and a burst. And her skill is essentially, as long as you hold the skill button, she will absorb any hits taken, and once you release the button, she'll strike, and the strike will be stronger depending on how many hits she's taken during that time. And yes, any hits she takes during that time will also not damage her. So she becomes invulnerable for that, and then boom, sweeps them all away once you let go. There is a time limit. You can't hold the button down indefinitely. Eventually it'll force you to unleash the attack, no matter what.
I'm always ready.
But yeah. I'm trying to think, is there any other character that had a counter? I don't think so. I think actually Beidou is the only one who has a mechanic like that. Which is kind of tragic. Honestly, they should eventually add another character with a counter, right? They totally should. It's a shame they only have one. Damn. Yeah, actually thinking about that, the fact that since the game release, they never added another... Because Beidou has been in the game since the beginning. Beidou was in the game since the beginning, and in no update ever did they add another character with a counter. Yikes. Oh look, a fishing spot. I should mark this on the map so I can find it. Always mark fishing spots. Alright, that island, huh? Let's see if I can get over there. You!
Alright, let's finish
Get down here! Thank you. I mean, I could also just walk over to that island, apparently. For one, the water isn't exactly deep, and even if it was deep, I could just walk across it. Anyway, I guess we're here now.
Wow, so this is where you used to live as a child?
Mm-hmm. When I was little, we used to do this thing where I'd jump from the top of this tree, and Koya would fly over from the platform and catch me in midair.
Damn.
Or sometimes we'd both fly
Bit
from
risky.
the treetop together, and then after some aerial maneuvering, she'd throw me up onto that platform. After we got a bit older, we went to the nearby shores looking for even greater heights.
How many times did this child jump off a cliff? That is,
Really?
risky.
I just thought it made a fun story.
I mean, I liked it, but...
Then I'll share more with you when
damn.
there's time. Anyway, back to
She
the
could
matter
have
at
died
hand.
a long time ago. And that's her mom, correct? Here she
Hey,
is.
Mama Bird, I'm back. My last visit was only a week ago, wasn't it? See? I visit you more than I visit Papa Cusco. I brought a couple of friends with me. These are the Traveler and Paimon.
That me.
Traveler, Paimon. This is my mom. Her name is Chimpu. In the human tongue, anyway.
Hi.
So you understand Saurian language?
No, not really. I don't speak it as such, but I can sort of get the gist. Although only with Mom and Koya, since I spent my formative years with them. Even then, it's basically a best guess based on their sounds, body language, and expressions. Seems to work about 9 times out of 10, anyway.
I mean,
As
that's
for
still
whether Mom
impressive.
understands me, I can't always tell. But somehow we still manage to communicate. Call it the family bond, I guess.
So,
Don't
about
worry. I'm
about
doing
your
well,
sister,
but
Chaska, you gonna ask now?
I think Koya might be in some trouble.
Yeah. Chaska explains the situation to Chimpu through a series of gestures.
I know she's never been a fan of humans, but she's never deliberately attacked them before either. What's behind this sudden change?
Does, Auntie Chimpu know anything?
Doesn't look like it. Koya hasn't visited her in a long time. Then, could you please tell me where she's living nowadays? I really need to talk to her. If this animosity between her and the tribe continues, then the next time there's an incident, I don't know if I'll make it there in time.
Yeah, and then she'll be dead. What did she say?
She said she'll take us there. Thank you, Mom.
New mail! I guess it's some character's birthday right now. Is there a teleport point anywhere near that? Not exactly. Yeah, I'm not sure I can fly all that distance. I'll do what I do best and walk that distance. Thanks, Farina. Honestly, I can't even believe how worth it was to get Farina. Not only is Farina a great addition to my team in general, just the fact that she can walk across water is so incredibly helpful. Like, this ability might be one of the most powerful exploration abilities in the game. Definitely.
The show begins!
So to anyone who wants to play Genshin and isn't sure what characters to get, when Farina gets another rerun, pulling for her is worth it. Absolutely. What does wet mean? Wet means I'm affected by water, or hydro as it's called in this game. Essentially, characters, both enemies and characters you play as, basically anything that's alive and can participate in combat can be affected by elements. That means you can be charged by electricity, you can become wet, you can be on fire. And if you are affected by an element of some sort, then it will react differently if you're affected by another element. For example, if you are, what example should I give right now? For example, if you are wet, like Farina is right now, and I get affected by electricity, then I will be hit for constant shocks which will stun me temporarily multiple times in a row for a short moment. So that is how that works. The elements interact with each other.
This is a really remote location.
And trigger reactions.
Because she was trying to get as far away from humans as possible.
We stay here? Okay. Got it. Traveler. Paimon. Mom says we should stay out of sight for now. She'll talk to Koya first. Koya is very hostile toward humans right now. So if we show up unannounced, it might just make things worse.
Got it. There's arrows here. Koya was definitely attacked recently. Yeah, there was definitely an attack here recently. And that's why Koya is so upset.
Any idea what they're saying?
Sounds like things are more complicated than I imagined. There's evidence in this area suggesting that Koya might have been the victim of a human attack.
Yup.
No.
What's wrong?
It's Chime, Koya's child. The attackers kidnapped her.
Oh.
They came over the sea, under the cover of night, and they took Chime.
Also, by the way, Dragon Gang, you're very welcome.
I searched day and night, and finally found them.
You're very welcome for that information. Again, I could, at any point, just sing the game's praises, just so I have another person who gets sucked into the game, but I wouldn't want that. If anyone picks up Genshin, I want them to pick it up because they're actually interested in the game and not because I pressured them by only talking about good aspects and everything. Again, there are a lot of good aspects to the game. I'm also willing to acknowledge the negative ones because they do exist. They do. In the end, I could always say there's no harm in giving the game a try, but it would take a while to give the game a try, because installing it would take a moment, because this game is massive at this point. I mean, again, I showed you the map. The map that only gets larger with each update. You can imagine that this game isn't exactly small. When she says them, does she mean... Oh shit! Another attack. Well, I'm gonna side with the Cuckoosaurs and I'm gonna kill that person.
Oh yeah! Tafal's contraption is working like a charm. Got her in one!
Hey, there's another one! Wait, is that the one that got away last time?
Oh, I'm gonna kill these people.
Who cares? Just get them all. T'Pol pays us per catch.
Yep, it's those merchants. It's those dumbass merchants. I knew they weren't innocent in this. Told you from the beginning.
Joska? How do you get here? Quick, stop her!
Alright, there's my shield. I am now invincible. Now you die.
For the wicked.
That was quick.
Don't come any closer, or I'll... Go, Phlogiston Wings! Take me out of here!
Uh-oh, looks like it malfunctioned.
This is bad. Mom and Koya are already injured. And if that thing explodes right next to them...
That was in the way. Let it be in the way.
Elemental energy suppresses it! Please, someone!
Get back!
It's still going, and it's getting worse.
Well, this is a
Permanent
first.
solution. All right then.
I think. I don't think we've seen comic panels like this. At least if we have, it has been a while. Throws the malfunctioning trackball into the distance. Moments later, huge blast, whatever. Yeah, I don't think we've seen comic panels like this before. Or if we have, we've only seen that like for cutscenes, I mean. I think we've only seen that, if at all, once or twice, maybe. Like, done like that. And it's been a while. Anyway, that can still be arranged.
Answer us honestly. Were you the ones who attacked Koya before?
Yes, they were.
I am... No, it was...
Well, she says it was you.
If you still want to deny it, we have other ways of making you talk.
Just tell me, who sent you here?
It was to Paul.
I have a few friends in other nations who have great ways of interrogation. You could call Sino.
He also said that this Kukasaur has become a thorn in his side, so it needs dealing with urgently.
To Paul? Huh. Sounds familiar. But where from?
So, where is he now?
Well, he tends to send his orders in writing. He pretty much never communicates with us in person. When he does, he wears a mask to hide his face. And whenever we trade Kukasaurs for phlogiston wings, we deal with his henchmen.
So you didn't even make those wings?
Damn.
All we did was slap some labels on them and transport
He get a
them
coupon
over
for
here
20%
to make
off.
them look like they're imported.
To make it harder to trace their origins.
Why does he want to catch Kukusaurs?
I don't know. Honest.
Well, that's mighty convenient, huh? What about if I held a gun to your head? Would that change your answer?
No need. I'm sorry. I'll tell you everything I know. T'Pol doesn't tell us much, but he always stresses that he wants them alive. So that gives us some clues. This is just a best guess, of course, but we suspect that the gaseous phlogiston stored in the trackballs is drawn directly from the Kukasaurs.
Drawn from them how? And that would explain why those jetpacks aren't going to be a thing that lasts.
You're still injured. Hey, keep talking.
Yes,
Told
ma'am.
you it wouldn't be a thing that lasts.
The gaseous phlogiston has to be highly refined in order to power the phlogiston wings. The slightest imperfection can have disastrous consequences, as you just witnessed. But the Kukasaurs have a natural ability to process gaseous phlogiston. So, if you use them as an intermediary, then...
That's enough. So the Kukasaurs you took, where are they now?
T'Pol should have them. But no one knows where he's based, apart from him and his henchmen.
Well, then we gotta catch some of his henchmen.
We've tried looking for it ourselves, even followed them a few times. But we always end up losing track of them.
Random thought. Maybe they're hiding up in the sky?
I guess that means we can't go after the ringleader yet. You mean that giant balloon that we saw earlier? That balloon that was so high up that nobody knows how they even got up there? That thing that was brought up once and then never mentioned again in this story? That maybe?
T'Pol. T'Pol. I'm sure I've heard that name. Maybe it was...
Oh?
Jaska, Traveler.
And then there's Alpa.
That voice! It's Alpa!
So, can you arrest some people for us? Because we are kind of busy right now.
Elder Alpa? What brings you all the way out here?
Well, I was patrolling nearby when I heard the sound of an explosion. What's going on?
Let me fill you in. You explained T'Pol's scheme to Alpa.
I don't believe it.
Elder Alba, does the name T'Pol ring a bell to you? I feel like I've seen it written down before. Maybe in a list of candidates for the flying trials?
Huh? So he's a member of your tribe then?
That would
No.
explain why he would know more
If he
about
was a
the
member
Cuckoo
of the Flower
Source.
Feather Clan, I definitely know him.
Shall we head back to the tribe and do some investigating? Why are you so
Now that
silent?
you mention it, I do remember a young man from outside our tribe who came to participate in our flying trials once. You were away on a mission at the time,
Alright,
which is probably why you don't remember him. He was a craftsman from the Children of Echoes, but he'd always dreamed of soaring the skies. So he wanted to join our flying
A
squad.
craftsman, you say?
Children
Sounds like the
of
kind of
Echoes.
person who could throw together a few
That's rare.
jetpacks.
But despite his best efforts, he unfortunately failed to pass the trial and gain the Cuckoosaur's approval. In the end, he went wingless and returned dejected to the Children of Echoes.
Wingless, huh? Maybe he invented the phlogiston wings to get revenge
There's a
on the
motive, plus he's a
Cuckoosaurs.
craftsman, plus
Perhaps.
there's connections,
Or
yeah?
maybe it's
could make
simply
sense.
his way of
It
dealing with
kind
his
of connects.
regrets over his past flying endeavors.
Either way, it doesn't excuse his abuse of the Cuckoosaurs. I'm gonna take these guys back and expose the truth to the tribe. It's time for this conflict to end.
Easy, Chaska. Remember what I said about keeping a low profile?
Then I'll do it.
The ringleader still hasn't shown himself, and this man's allegation about powering the phlogiston wings with Cuckoosaurs is only speculation. Bringing these men to the tribe now won't win over any current supporters of the phlogiston wings. In fact, it may even escalate the conflict further. After all, many are mistrustful of the Cuckoosaurs after
I
recent
feel like we
events.
should just go to the Children of
Is that
Echoes
why
and
T'Pol
see if we
waited
can
until
get some
now
more
to try to
info
capture
there.
my sister?
I don't know. I mean, he did tell us to spread
Again,
negative
maybe if
rumors
he is
about
from the Children of
Cuckoosaurs
Echoes, then
and
maybe
slip
some of the
some
people
more
there
to
might know
anyone
more about
opposed to
him.
them, but
But Koya only attacked humans because they stole her child.
Nevertheless, we will be hard-pressed to change people's minds while emotions are running high. Unless we have irrefutable evidence.
You mean we need to catch T'Pol himself?
Bravo! My thoughts exactly. In the meantime, leave these men with me. I'll escort them back to the tribe. I'll take the other members of their crew into custody too. They won't get another chance to stir up trouble.
Fair enough. I guess finding T'Pol is gonna be the key to resolving this conflict. Let's hope the Children of
Exactly
Echoes
my
have
thoughts.
some info on him.
We're traveling over to the Children of Echoes again.
Sorry, whatever it is, it'll have to wait till this is all blown over. I have to fix this situation before it spirals out of control. Mom, sis, rest up and get well soon. I gotta fly.
Okay, we're out of here. Bye, you two. Was nice meeting you. Everyone departs, leaving only Shimpo and Koya. So now they can talk things out a bit. If you worry, go ahead and follow her. Thanks for the translation there, subtitles. Don't worry about me, Mom can take care of herself. Got it. But shouldn't you rest too? I guess there is no such thing as resting. Go to the Children of Echoes to gather intel.
So Alpa says that T'Pol's from the Children of Echoes. But how do we track him down? Just ask around until we find him?
I mean, we could ask the chief, maybe.
Let's start by talking to someone we know. It'll be faster that way. At this time and place, I'll bet the easiest person to find is... Wakey, wakey, Shilonen!
Oh, it's you. Okay, give me a second. I'll come down.
And there's another 5-star character once again. How's my ancient name coming along? I mean, it should be almost done from what happened last time, right? We inscribed we got all the tales of what we did and stuff. So basically my ancient name is almost perfectly done, and I can receive it any second now, probably in the next update. Seems like you two both love climbing trees.
I climb trees to fly further and see farther. I don't usually stop for a nap.
Well, we're not all like you. Always full of energy, even after flying around all day. Yeah. So, you've come all this way and interrupted my precious nap time. Might I inquire as to, why?
I'm sorry, Shilonen, but it couldn't wait. Does the name T'Pol mean anything to you? He's a craftsman, apparently.
Huh.
Fair enough asking her.
Yeah, that rings a bell. I think that's Puma's child.
Is he in the tribe right now?
Nope, I'm afraid you're a few years too late. Why are you looking for him?
A few years, you say? Huh. So he's been off the radar for a bit then. It's a long story. You tried to explain what happened simply and briefly.
Huh, phlogiston wings. Wow, okay. The kid actually pulled it off. Well, looks like, no more rest for me today.
Pulled it off? You mean he's tried making something like this before?
Yeah, he started trying to build a flying machine right after he got back from the Flower Feather clan.
Makes sense that it would take a while
right
to
after
pull that
he went
off.
wingless, then. Was this flying machine anything like the gun you made me?
You mean your gun that's harder to tame than the proudest Kukasaur? No, he wanted to build something that allows anyone to fly freely, even if they're not naturally gifted.
Which is
But
a good
he
thing,
never got
but
very
the
far back then,
means by
though.
which he
Blew up
accomplished
his workshop
it
a few
aren't
times
great.
and barely made it out alive. I never really kept up with him after that. His parents traveled a lot in their youth and only returned to the tribe after he was born. But they settled in a remote area and don't interact with other people much. Which means most people in the tribe don't know them very well. Your best bet is to chat to his direct family.
Okay.
I'll go get Puma. Wait for me in front of the workshop. I won't be long.
Okay. To the workshop. Children of Echoes. Probably best to just do this. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I think it's interesting how this area here, even though a big part of it is exposed, they do have a cave map for this that extends a little bit further. But then in other areas, where the caves aren't exposed at all, you don't get a cave map. Like, why? Why is there no cave? Why didn't they add a cave map for Dragonspine at this point? Like, this area should have a cave map by all accounts. Yet guess what? This area, where there's barely anything that's even covered, this does get a cave map. Stupid. But it can't imagine the Genshin devs ever going back and actually updating older parts of the game to actually make sense with stuff they added later. Short while later at Jelonen's workshop.
I'm back. Allow me to introduce T'Pol's mother, Puma.
Hello,
Oh, save the pleasantries. I don't want to spend any longer talking about that boy than I have to.
Oh, damn.
I
deserve-
disowned him
Oh,
long
I was just
ago.
about to say
He
that.
is no child of mine. All he cared about was his pipe dream of reaching the sky. Oh, we tried to talk sense into him, but he was obsessed.
I mean, he kind of achieved that dream.
And then when he left us, he spouted some nonsense about building a workshop in the sky to avoid the constant criticism of us ground dwellers.
Yup, it's that one balloon we
He
saw.
left his notebook behind. Whatever questions you have, you can look for them in there. I am done talking about him. He's no son of mine. He never called me Mom anyhow.
Okay, goodbye. Okay, now look at those notes.
They've really fallen out. Paimon sure wasn't expecting that.
Her husband, T'Pol's father, he passed away recently, and T'Pol didn't even bother to show his face at the funeral.
Yikes.
If you ask me, that was probably the final straw for Puma. I'll go keep her company. If there's anything else you need, just come and find me.
Thank you.
Alright. Bye, Jilonen. You already had your story quest.
Okay,
you can leave
so
now.
this notebook is the only lead we've got now, right? What's in there?
Alright, there we go. Yup, it is that balloon we saw, obviously. Log number 97. The experiment was a failure. As expected, the technology of Ochkanatlan, the Cinder City, is not so easily replicated. The floating device, bereft of the relic's support, fell quickly. Is that a power output issue or a weight issue? It seems that we'll have to rely on components obtained from Cinder City for the time being. Log number 120. Those blasted brutish boars. How dare they question my ideals? It's just a few smashed workshops. If we cannot even take such a minuscule risk, how can we ever surpass our predecessors? Whatever. The relic remains within my possession. As long as I continue my research, I will surely make progress. Log number 133. Even Father and Puma refuse to support me now. Put up to it by those Vulgarians in the tribe, I'm sure. But so what? So what if no one in this world supports me? I have my own ways. It is time to leave this place. My dream is the entire sky itself.
Some early designs for the phlogiston wings. And some theorizing about an airborne workshop.
Always hitting me when I teleport.
The Cinder City.
They're horrible.
Looks like that's where he got his technological inspiration from.
So, was he serious about the workshop in the sky? But that's such a big project for one person. Do we think he actually pulled it off?
Haven't we seen that somewhere before?
Oh, yes. The one from the trial arena that was super high up.
That balloon has been there for a while, and everyone's been wondering how it got up there, but what if that's the wrong question? What if it started off even higher up, above the clouds and out of view, and it only descended to its current height due to some kind of malfunction?
In other words, it could be...
Part of T'Pol's workshop?
Seems likely. If T'Pol's base had been hiding above the clouds this whole time, that would definitely explain why Isidore couldn't find it.
Alright. Without anyone noticing? I mean, you just have to construct it somewhere where people can
By
see.
myself? Possibly.
And then,
But
yeah, I
with a
mean,
passenger,
someone
no
might
chance.
see it floating up there.
I doubt even phlogiston wings could take you up that high. At least, not without that
He
relic
might have started
T'Pol
while
mentioned
everyone
in
was
his
sleeping.
notebook.
Maybe he built it in some kind of ravine?
We'll have to find another way.
That way there's basically walls around him and he can just float straight up during the night at some point. But even so, even if it is constantly above the clouds, what does he do on days where the weather is clear? When the sky is clear, how does he hide it then? Anyway, can you fly up that high, Paimon?
Nope. That's way beyond Paimon's altitude. Also,
Fake
would you really
clouds.
expect Paimon to go up
To be
there and
fair,
live on
the
T'Pol
sky
by
itself is
himself?
fake anyway, right?
Let's not worry. Just because we
We
can't
already
think of a
know the
solution
sky
doesn't
above
mean no
Teyvat
one
is
else can.
fake.
I'm not the only flying expert in my tribe, you know.
Oh, good point. We should go ask Elder Oppa.
And Mutoda. He was quite the flying ace back
Yeah,
in the day,
she
too.
punched it. She broke
Let's head
it.
back and see what they suggest.
Alright. Back to the Flower Feather clan. Tum tum ta tum tum tum.
Have you gone mad?
Hi there.
Dinosaurs are our partners.
Chaska, you're finally back. Things are getting really tense in the tribe. Have you made any headway with your investigation?
Kind of.
Some people even think we
This
arrested
guy's
the
what?
merchants
It's fake.
just to support the flying squad and crack down on the phlogiston wings.
Basically, there's that one. You like lore, right? At a few points, like 2 or 3 times throughout the game, it's been hinted at that the sky above this, that the sky above Tevat is actually fake. The night, the stars you see at night, the sun shining during the day, everything, the entire sky is hinted to be fake. Quite a silly thought. If things are escalating even though we've rounded up the merchants, maybe there are other parties out there fanning the flames too.
We found some promising leads, but there's a major obstacle standing between us and the irrefutable evidence we need.
Chaska explains what we found out about T'Pol and your theory about the
A relic
workshop.
from the Cinder City? So Och Khan's still managing to sow discord, even after all these years.
An airborne workshop and a hot air balloon above the trial arena. And that's where you're trying to get to now?
Any ideas how we can get up there?
Neither phlogiston wings nor a cuckoosaur can take you that high up. Do you really think that's where T'Pol is hiding?
I mean, probably. You could probably hide up
You
there
know
because
what?
nobody can get there.
There might just be a way.
But there must be some way to get up
Really?
there. Otherwise, how would he get to that state?
Do you still
up and
remember
down?
those spouts in the arena? When they were all blocked, the gaseous phlogiston was trapped and unable to flow. But now, it's flowing freely. If we were to block them up again...
You mean all of them except the one at the very top of the arena? To build up the pressure there?
Precisely.
But I just unblocked them
With all
all.
the gaseous phlogiston flowing through one spout, it would create a high-pressure wind current.
And then we just ride it up into the sky!
Yes, it has its risks, but with Chaska's abilities, I think she could manage it.
It's an extremely risky approach.
Well,
But
I guess we
agree
have
that
our
it's
plan
feasible.
then.
If you want to give it a try, check with Inkanak at the trial grounds. She can explain how to block the spouts. Chaska, if anyone has a hope of seizing this evidence from the high heavens, it is you.
Well then, let's get to it. To the trial grounds. Well, we're back here again. Talk to me. Hurry to the trial area and explain the situation to Inkanak.
Goodness me, that is a very bold idea.
Maybe so, but we have to act fast. What's the quickest way for us to block off the spouts?
From a technical perspective, I'd have to advise taking some measurements and carefully planning this out first. But I'm guessing that's not what you want to hear.
Right. How do we block them all
Then
instantly?
we'll have
Right
to take
now.
the rope and ready approach. See the
Let's go to
solid
Dragon's
phlogiston over
Spine and
there?
fly over there.
Our prior
Yeah,
inspections revealed
sure.
that some kind of stable structure has formed inside, making it highly damage resistant. It's not without its weak points, but unless they're all struck at the same time, the structural integrity won't be threatened.
So, what happens if we do strike them all at once?
It'll collapse.
Yeah, the Jade
I see where
Chamber.
you're going with this.
Let's just go over to Leo and ask if we can
As
borrow
long
the
as you
Jade
hit
Chamber
all the weak
again.
spots at once from the right angle, the solid phlogiston will fall right on top of the spout and block it up.
You're right.
I'm
about
sure
rough
that'll
and
be
ready.
fine. I'm sure
Sounds
Ningguang
like
will
my
allow
kind of
it.
plan.
Totally, right? She'll totally allow us to use the Jade Chamber again. I guess you want me to fly and then shoot. Yep, that works. If I can get in reach, I can teleport up there. Yep. And I can fly out.
Look! There's a chunk of solid phlogiston right over that spout!
Get war flashbacks. Oh, I don't know about that. Why would she?
Stabilize.
Tom, 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 tom. That's another one. Next one's over there. And that's all of them. Guess we're going up now. Over there, huh?
It actually worked! But wait, how are Paimon and the Travelers supposed to get up there?
Use your wing glider.
Koya can give you a lift. She's
You have a
actually
wind
been
glider,
following us
use
this
it.
whole time.
Or I guess we could go with that stalker.
Wow, Paimon didn't notice at all.
Why didn't she come and join us?
Well, probably because she didn't want to get too close to humans. Or maybe just me. But right now, we need her power.
So here she comes to the rescue.
Whoa, you didn't even have to summon her.
Yes, up there. That's probably where Chime is. All right, let's go have a little talk with this T'Pol.
And by talk, you mean toss him off that flying workshop, right? We're totally gonna toss him off, right?
Let's fly.
Can we get much higher?
Haven't ever flown that fast before. She feels so ready to throw up.
So high. At least we made it in one piece. One piece! We made it in one piece! The one piece is real!
Aha. Just as I thought. It might look like a regular hot air balloon from the outside, but up
How old
close,
is the joke by
it's
now?
clearly been heavily remodeled.
The joke is way too
And
old.
sure enough, it only descended
Actually,
below
no,
the
never
ground
mind. That
because
joke
the
will never be
custom-built
old.
machinery
That is one of the
malfunctioned.
memes that will be consistent. Nobody will ever get tired of the One Piece. And it being very much real. Can you tell what the issue is?
I should be able to figure it out with DePaul's notebook. Thankfully, I know a little DIY from fixing up my guns when they're having issues. That should just about do it. Now all it needs is
The
a
One
nice
Piece is
hard
real.
kick.
Maybe that works on your guns, but, huh? We're really moving!
Combat. And we're here. Wow. I will say,
It is! The workshop in the sky! Oh, you gotta see it.
that is
David.
mighty
Makes you wonder
fancy,
why Kelly
Jesus.
bothers with phlogiston wings when he has tech like this.
Well, according to the notebook, the platform beneath us runs on components from the Cinder City. Those can't be mass-produced.
Even so, you
Also,
gotta admit,
I
even
have some
though
doubts
even
about
though
its
he's a horrible
mobility after
person,
seeing how it moved
he
just
has
now.
built something
For
incredibly
someone like DePaul who
impressive
dreams of
here.
flying freely, this definitely doesn't cut it.
But if he's got that relic, he should be able to make a set of prototype wings for himself, right? Why bother making a whole flying workshop so he can mass produce them?
He can come and go freely from this workshop. He's probably already built those prototype wings for himself.
But this doesn't add up. If he's already achieved the power of flight, then he must have bigger dreams we don't know about.
I mean, unlocking that power for everyone, not just for
luck.
himself.
We'll
He
find
wants
the
it for
answers in his
the
workshop.
masses, not for one person. Again, I feel like, again, he's clearly incredibly talented, and he might have some good motivations, but he is going about it in the wrong way. Definitely. In order to achieve his goals, he's basically just saying, animal cruelty? What's that? Never heard of it. I'm just gonna do this shit.
Cuckoosaurs! Seems like the merchants were right. T'Pol's using them for his own ends.
I'll bet that mechanism on top of the cage opens the door. Let me give it a try.
Okay. You're free! Goodbye. See you. Guess we gotta fly again. I will also have to admit, no, even though his workshop is fancy, he couldn't be bothered to connect all the components with bridges. You still need the ability to fly in order to maneuver around the workshop. A bit sad. But I mean, I get it. Considering he can fly and it is his personal workshop, I guess he doesn't need bridges to be a thing here.
The others. Is it?
Still, I feel like I would
She's
make
still
bridges
breathing,
anyway,
but
just in case I ever
barely.
get someone else to accompany me to
By
my
the looks of
workshop.
it, T'Pol was using these cages to extract phlogiston from the cucosaurs. Once a cucosaur is drained of phlogiston, it becomes too weak to move. We'll have to come back for these ones after dealing with T'Pol.
Of course. We are out of time, Spinne. We are out of time. There's another notebook here.
Let me see. Looks like a record of his phlogiston research. Log number 330. With the support of...
I was finally able to launch the airborne workshop.
Alright.
Even though it relies on the relic for 80% of its power supply, I've at least taken the first step. Log number 348. Research on the relic is progressing well. I should be able to replicate the technology and scale up production very soon.
And then, boom,
Has
Cucosaur's
proposed a
necessary.
name for this groundbreaking invention. The phlogiston wings. I think I'm getting close. Soon, I will achieve my dreams. Log number 377. Encountered some issues with the new, smaller model phlogiston wings. The gaseous phlogiston showed some volatility during the refinement process. Thinks we should proceed at a more cautious pace with the refinement experiments. But after so many past failures,
So you had
I
a
have to
buddy.
prove that I will succeed this time.
So you had a buddy who was working with you.
Log number 114. Ran an experiment using cucosaurs to refine gaseous phlogiston. It was a success. Log number 117. I've started recruiting merchants and hunters to capture wild cucosaurs. Log number 121. Major breakthrough in the efficiency of phlogiston yield.
Huh? So many parts have been crossed out.
Based on the context, it should be someone's name.
Yeah, probably the contact he alluded to in his other notebook. Guess he has a benefactor.
Who could it be, though?
Did anyone else notice how the numbering system in this notebook suddenly changed halfway through?
Yeah, and the tone seemed to change a lot, too.
We haven't got time for textual analysis, I'm afraid. Grab the notebook and let's press on. Huh. Never seen one of these before. Looks like this was built with the Cinder City components, too.
kick, are you?
But what if? No, not a kick, I'm just gonna shoot it. Oh, it's just a wind current. Well, that's pretty basic.
Giddy up!
Whoa! What's
Hey, hey,
that
hey, hey.
mechanism doing?
It's asking for a nice hard kick where it hurts. Aim for the weak spot.
Hello. Apparently he even has guns in his little workshop. The second he added guns, it became less of a workshop and more of an airborne fortress, but okay, sure. Whatever. It is still incredibly impressive. Well, this looks like an arena.
What are they doing here?
Yup.
It's T'Pol's henchman. He must have brought them here using the relic in his prototype wings. Watch out! Take me up!
Gun, gun, gun,
Come
gun.
Fire in the hole!
Gun. Only do hold? I suppose the hold is the most efficient way to handle it.
Hey, look here! More of T'Pol's notes!
Let's hope there's some useful information here. You scour T'Pol's notes for info.
Log number 403. Introduce me to some new comrades who fully support my ideas. I told them that some Saurians are blessed with wings, and some people with natural gifts, while the less fortunate among us can only look on longingly as they seize the skies. But I also told them that progress can erase individual differences. Think of the tools humanity has made to fight back against wild beasts. The law we have put in place to even the playing field between the strong and the weak.
I mean, yeah. Should be.
I promised them that our research will be the new frontier of human progress.
Again,
And
what
our
he's
phlogiston
saying
wings,
sounds
the
good,
power
but he is
of
still
flight will no longer
abusing
be for a
animals
select
for
few
it.
to enjoy. Imagine a world where the skies are for all to share. I only hope that when we finally achieve this goal, will be proud of me.
Imagine a world where the skies are for all to share. Yes, what a wonderful world that would be. If only it were possible. We could respond faster. And so many tragedies could be prevented. But T'Pol, what about the Saurians you're draining dry of phlogiston?
Again,
You're
just
not
what I
sharing
said.
The sky. You're stealing it. Bad move. I won't let you get away with it.
Chaska.
I'm fine. Let's keep moving. I don't think we'll find
Again,
anything else
good in
here.
theory, just the means by which he's doing it aren't exactly the best. Far from it. Can't wait till we get to that massive central area. There's another one down there. There we go. It's not moving though. I hope I didn't miss any. I don't think I missed any. It's just that one down there is in a pretty missable spot. And you are pretty much in a not very missable spot. Anything up here that looks fancy? Why are there arrows around here? They're sticking in a bunch of stuff. Let me guess. This one broke out and they shot it. Is that what happened here and why there's a bunch of arrows next to one that's already opened? Maybe. Ah, there's another one. Let me just land over here real quick. You look like you can actually move.
We freed all the Cucusaurs we could, right? Oh, that's a huge win already! Go us!
I guess that means I didn't miss any of them. Good. Well, this looks important. Sounds like we're using the device. Oh, that one. You know, I'm kind of stealing from this dude right now. I know that, but I mean, to be fair, you can't blame me because I'm stealing from a criminal. Whoa! Okay, that is not solid. Interesting. She is riding a gun. Yes. She is riding a giant gun. Give that bitch a cannon. Bitches love cannons. Oh, and yes, she is one of the 2 characters in this game that can fly freely. There are 2 characters in this game that can freely fly using their skill, and one of those 2 uses a gun in order to do that. Alright. We're here. Definitely looks like we're gonna have another fight over here. I mean, come on. Big open area like this, it just screams fight.
Looks like we've reached the center of the workshop.
And still no sign of Koya's baby.
Let's search this area for now. If we still can't find Chime, we'll double back.
Okay. You split up and begin your search. Let's split up, gang. That always works.
Chaska, Traveler, come quick!
What is it? Did you find Chime?
Not yet, but look! It's another one of T'Pol's notebooks!
Well, let's give it a read.
Alright.
What do we have this time?
Log number 428. We decided to restart the experiments on phlogiston refinement, but without telling.
Okay.
This is the final obstacle to the success of the Phlogiston Wings project. We cannot fall at the last hurdle. Log number 436. Earlier today, suggested using Cucusaurs as an intermediary to extract refined phlogiston. It's certainly feasible, but...
Was T'Pol against it?
Anyway, as long as our secret experiment succeeds,
He didn't seem entirely on board.
Won't bring it up again.
Doesn't seem like he
Log
was
number
entirely on board with
443.
it.
We will conduct the experiment tomorrow. But birthday is coming up, so hopefully we'll have a birthday surprise for her.
For her? Alright, we have
Log number
confirmed the
444.
gender of the person in question. That is something, at least.
Huh? Why is this log empty?
I guess whoever wrote down the log number was prevented from recording the results.
There's more. Let's keep reading.
Log number 0.
Oh?
We lost many comrades in the accident. Among them are friends, lovers, and children.
And that's why he switched
we cannot stop now. We will keep their legacy alive and carry their dreams forward.
And that's why he accepted going
As of
with
today,
the Cuckoosaur
we are
strategy.
scrapping the artificial refinement method.
Yeah.
Instead, we will focus all our efforts on phlogiston extraction from live Cuckosaurs.
I guess
They are
that's what
arrogant
happened,
beasts
huh?
whose existence in the wild serves no one but themselves. Their true worth lies in their sacrifice for the sake of human progress.
Wow.
To facilitate our operations, we will gradually move the airborne workshop closer to the Flower Feather clan, even as we continue to expand it.
Yeah, I guess he just broke
All
at this point.
we do to create a world where the skies are for all of humanity to share. All this we do to make T'Pol's dream
Oh, T'Pol died in the
reality.
experiment. That's why it felt so
Given the way
different.
this is written, not to mention the fact that the numbering has started over from 0, it kind of sounds
Yeah.
like this is someone new. Does that mean that T'Pol's already...
But in that case, who have we been pursuing? Someone who's carrying on his legacy. Oh my god. Is the reason why T'Pol didn't attend his dad's funeral because he was already dead at that point? The reason he didn't attend the funeral wasn't because he just ignored it, it was because he was already dead by that point. That's what I choose to believe, at least. But in that case, who have we been pursuing?
There's also a letter tucked in the end of the notebook. It's from Puma.
It's gonna be
T'Pol,
the funeral
I
invitation,
don't know
probably.
where you are right now, so I don't know how to reach you. My best bet is to send this letter to the Flower Feather clan. Your father is gravely ill. Oh, I know we've had our differences in the past, but he is still your father. Won't you come and visit him? Please. I know you never liked him and cared even less for me. All you ever yearned for is the sky. And your birth mother.
Oh, so you aren't even his real mom.
But we'll still be waiting here for you if you do come back. This may be the last chance you'll get to see your father.
He never
So
came.
Puma's not T'Pol's real mom? Huh. Well, she did say he never called her mom, but I might assume she was just venting.
We know that T'Pol's father passed away quite recently, and this letter looks recent. By contrast, the writing in this notebook is old and faded. It looks like the real reason T'Pol didn't attend his father's funeral is because he'd long since passed away himself.
Told ya, I was right. The benefactor who funded this workshop.
If we ask ourselves why this letter was sent to the Flower Feather clan, why T'Pol always yearned for the sky, and how he got his hands on a relic from the Cinder City, it all points to one answer.
So his birth mom is the
That's
culprit?
right. T'Pol was my child. He was born during my days as a wingless wanderer. His birth gave me new hope.
Oh boy, and we've been found
I
out.
wanted to become the kind of mother who spent her days as a valiant rider, soaring the skies. Not an aimless, wingless nobody. But his father wanted to settle down, to give his child a safe, sheltered life in his tribe. We fought about it constantly, until the love we once had for each other was gone. He started a new family, with another traveler who was also looking to return home. And I went back to the Flower Feather clan, alone.
Well, shit.
I had no idea that despite being raised among the children of echoes, my child still harbored dreams of the skies.
So, do we have to
Can
kill
you
Alpa now?
imagine, Chaska? The joy and surprise I felt when he showed up at my door, asking to join the flying trials. Or how proud I was when he said he wanted to
What a
prove his
waste of
own
a vision
worth,
bearer.
rather than relying on my position as elder. And then the anguish that overcame
hi,
me when
Tormius.
he
How's
was
it
rejected
going?
by the Cucusaurs and became wingless, just as I had after my injury.
You've got a lot of nerve showing your face here.
Don't take this the wrong way, Chaska. I'm not here for a fight. I just want to talk. Isn't that your preferred way to
Yes,
resolve
talk your way
things?
out of all the animal cruelty
I trust you've learned
you've
to
performed.
T'Pol's wish on your way here. A world where the skies are for all of humanity to share. If only his dream can be realized,
Might need to
no
lurk in a
one will
bit.
ever
Fair
have to lose
enough.
their wings again.
I would appreciate the
Our
lurk
aerial
anyway.
prowess will
if
be
you're busy with
greater
other
than ever
stuff.
before. War will never again come at such a great cost. The loss of Koichi is a tragedy that need never be repeated.
Wow, way to
So
prod
tell
at
me,
her
Chaska,
wounds.
do you really wish to see the phlogiston wings forever grounded and gathering dust?
Nothing you've said excuses all the conflict you've caused.
You mean the argument back at the tribe? It was a necessary measure. Sometimes this is the only way to accelerate the pace of progress.
What a beef.
Is a mother harming her children when she coaxes them into swallowing a bitter pill? Of course not. It is a brief moment of suffering for the greater good, and the child would come to understand this in due
Very
course.
nice aesthetic.
The phlogiston
I mean,
wings
I
are
admit a
that
lot of the
bitter
characters have a great
pill.
aesthetic.
We will
Jaska's no
never
exception.
progress as a tribe if we cling to the scraps the Cucusaurs offer us. Once the people have embraced the phlogiston wings, they will never look back. Even if they learn how the refined phlogiston is sourced. They will convince themselves that the sacrifice of a few Cucusaurs is a small price to pay for our dominion over the skies.
I still
But
think it's
this
animal cruelty.
I had not anticipated. I barely had the chance to introduce the phlogiston wings to the tribe before you found this place.
Your plan was hardly foolproof.
Yet, it can still be salvaged. Chaska, traveler, you are the hope of humanity.
I still say grab her
I'm sure
jetpack
you
and
had
throw
your
her
doubts
off.
about my methods, but know that my love for humanity and for Natlan is genuine. You know me, Chaska. And you know that I've always treated everyone in the Flower Feather clan as my own children, as fellow humans. Surely you can understand my perspective.
You wish.
Alpa, Natlan doesn't belong to humans alone. And truthfully, neither do I.
Again, grab
How
the
many
jetpack
times
and
has
toss
the
her
Abyss
over the
invaded
edge.
Natlan now? And yet despite how much
Might be
stronger it is than
brutal,
us,
but come on.
Natlan still stands as a nation of humans and saurians. Peace imposed by force will crumble in a matter of days. Because social
Yes.
bonds are what hold a civilization together. Weren't you the one that taught me that? And yet you would break the bond we share with our saurian companions to take more power for ourselves? That's as stupid as hacking your own arm off to use it as a club.
They are wild beasts, driven purely by instinct. How could they possibly understand human social bonds?
You're saying that to someone whose family consists of those creatures that lack human emotions and connections, supposedly. You forget that Chaska right here was raised by these animals that you are making light of. You forget that Chaska literally has her sister standing behind her. Oh boy. Way to talk to someone without acknowledging how they will feel about those words. Clearly, she had them fooled too.
You overestimate them. They bow to the strong and shun the weak. That's all there is to it. They never gave Tepal a second glance when he was at his lowest, nor me when I returned injured from the Cinder City. It's all about survival of the fittest for them. Plain and simple. They obeyed me once I proved myself stronger than them, but the moment it serves them better, they'll abandon me in
why
a
that
heartbeat.
correction that isn't a correction,
wrong,
Spinner,
Alpa.
by the way?
They only reject the wingless because
Why are
they
you
don't want to
calling them
fly anyone
cheap?
to their death.
Chaska, I will promise you this. Only the unruliest wild cucosaurs will be used for phlogiston extraction. The ones who have nothing else to offer to humanity.
Well, that's too bad. Because I know a few
Well, there was the text again,
unruly
proving
wild
that they say
cucosaurs
cheap with two
who don't think that
E's.
idea is gonna fly.
But I guess they are
Mainly
very
my mom,
cheap,
my sister, and me.
as you say
And the
it.
others? To us, they're friends, family, even children. So if you want to put any of them in one of your cages, you're gonna have to go through us.
Is that right? I knew you might be difficult to convince. Maybe this will change your mind.
Oh, hey! We found Chime. Took long enough. How about we free Chime right now?
Careful. Don't make any rash decisions. Unless you want to see her
Again, my
suffer.
point stands. Alpa, horrible person. Take her jetpack, throw her over the cliff.
Oh no, that's one of the extraction cages.
Toss
I
her off
told
the
my
edge already.
subordinates to take control of the tribe while I was away. Luckily for them, our strongest warrior and our most powerful ally aren't there to stop it.
Take control? What are you planning to do with Mutota and his supporters?
Merely accelerate their inevitable downfall. They cannot stand in the way of progress forever. It is not the move I wish to make, but I'm afraid you and your friends force my hand. And since you insist on opposing me too, I have no choice but to keep you here until the dust has settled.
Why are we not taking
So
her
that's
down
what
at
you
this
meant by I
point?
just want to talk. You never intended to negotiate. You just wanted to stall us.
No, Chaska. I genuinely hoped I could win you over. You are the strongest warriors we have. Put down your weapons, and I promise you that no harm will come to this young
Just
siren.
fire at the release
I just
mechanism. We
need
did
you
it
to
with the
stay
other
here
cages
for the next
before.
couple of weeks or so, while my people consolidate their power. Then I will give
Yeah,
her
that
back
shift
to
was
you,
very quick,
and
I
you'll be
agree.
free to leave.
Again, it's quite easy. We just have to hit that glowing orb at the top of the cage and it will immediately unlock. Why don't we just instantly do that, free Chime, and then tackle Alpa to the ground? Remove her stupid jetpack, then toss her over the edge, so she plummets to her inevitable demise. You really think the Pyro Archon is gonna let you get away with a coup?
As long as the majority supports our vision, even the Pyro Archon cannot meddle in our internal affairs.
Your vision is deranged, and the Flower Feather Clan will never support it.
You sure about that? Then wait here and see. Time will tell.
What do we do? Even if the whole tribe fights back, Mutota's in grave danger.
Stop delaying the inevitable! Drop your weapons and get into the cages, now!
How about
She's
no?
still holding Chime hostage. Is there really no other way?
Why don't we just hit that glowing orb thingy, which opens the cage? It is not difficult. And now here comes the I'm sorry, Chime. Might have to do something unmotherly. Oh no. What might that be? What might it be? Do it? I want to be a burden. What kind of warrior would that make me? And mother, are we actually gonna...
Koya?
Alright, go on the offensive, I guess.
What are you yapping about? Stand down. Drop your weapons, now! This instant! No! The relic!
Yes! Now toss her! Now! Yes, toss her over the edge! Let her plummet to her death!
Solidify!
To the edge, to the edge, to the edge, to the edge, to the edge. Damn it, invisible walls! Gotta hate that there's a wall around the arena. I sure would have loved to just toss her off the edge right about now. Oh well, time for guns.
Give up, Alpha. We're negotiating my way.
Something's up with this relic!
Insurmountable waist-high fence. Sad that this entire place has to go down. It was quite the impressive masterpiece. An entire floating workshop.
Stabilize the relic!
Maybe it got damaged in the fight. If we don't think of something fast,
Just casually riding
this
her
whole
cannon.
workshop
Yeah,
is
as you
gonna fall
do.
apart.
No. They're directly beneath us. My beloved tribe!
Leave the workshop to me. Don't solve this problem at the source, this whole place will come crashing down.
Okay, it's too powerful. This ain't a toy like last time. I don't think I can just throw it aside. But we need to get it far away before it explodes. Then the tribe will be safe, and so will this workshop. Koya, remember when we were kids?
Well, we're 2-era
Come on,
anti-tank
let's
cannon.
take this thing high up into the sky.
A good thing to ride, honestly. Ride your cannons as you should.
Don't worry. I know I can get rid of it before it explodes. We're talking some surface wounds at most. All I need is for you to catch me at the end. Just like old times. I can't hold it back anymore. We have to go.
Don't be insane!
Alpha attacks Chaska from behind while the relic is going wild.
Alpha, what are you... You're a fool, Chaska! Why would you choose such a risky solution? We cannot entrust the safety of our tribe to this wild Saurian!
Oh my god, can someone just kill Chaska already? Not Chaska,
than
Alpa
me?
already. It just confused me that the text box switched in that moment.
It may be
Can someone
asking
just
too
kill
much
Alpa
for an
already?
X-wingless to escape the blast radius in time. But I can fly it a safe distance away, even if it's the last thing I do.
At least she kills herself. I am happy if she dies.
Here, these should be high enough to save the clan. What?
What are you
Get
doing?
to die a hero today.
Let her die. Then again, true, letting her die a hero would also be bad. Still feel like she should die. That was a big blast. But they're both fine.
Koya, are you hurt? Let me take a look at you.
So about Alpa.
What do you mean I'm fine?
What do we do
Didn't I
about
tell you
her?
to catch me on your back? Why did you try
what
to
the
shield
fuck?
me from the blast?
Big boom. Big boom just happened as you
Accident?
came back.
Yeah, right. Seriously, you're as stubborn as ever.
Chaska, Koya!
How are things looking here?
All taken care of. All it took was a little DIY. Oh, hey, we used our geo powers, I see.
I think that's putting it mildly. I owe you one. Again.
Can we finally free Chime?
Oh, but be honest. Do you still think Kukasaurs can't form bonds?
Mom, I'll figure out the refinement problem. I'll find a way. You don't need to worry about it. I just need some more time. That's all I ask. Please just trust me. Just this once.
Damn. There we go. That took a while. We freed the baby.
The Flower Feather Clan yield to the strong. And it's up to the winners to define what strength means. So it looks like it's my turn to yield.
So what do we do with her?
Koya! Koya!
Everything will be fine, right? Right? Please don't tell me we saved Alpa's life at the cost of
You're
Koya's
absolutely
life.
sure it's not because of the explosion?
Yes, for the 10,000th time, I'm sure.
Okay,
The blast
good.
barely touched her. The reason she fainted was old injuries playing up, compounded by overexertion in recent days. The moment she finally relaxed, all the built-up stress finally caught up with her. And no wonder. Honestly, she's just like you.
Whatever you say, Cusco.
Anyway, now you know how we feel when you go off risking life and limb. Your mother and I would both appreciate it if you lived less dangerously. You know she wrote to me from the Masters of the Night Wind, just to scold me for not doing enough to keep an eye on you. If she wasn't so busy with work, you can bet she'd come back here and chew us both out in person.
Damn.
I'll find an opportunity to apologize to her. I promise.
You'd better. No more avoiding us, okay? And don't get me started on all the checkups you've missed.
Got it. Got it. Huh? Koya? You're awake. I'll go let everyone know.
Everyone.
Hey, but we're not done talking.
Yes, you are done talking.
What are we gonna do with her, Even after everything that's happened, she still hasn't figured out how to start the conversation with you. She keeps saying, I don't think Koya has forgiven me yet. But if you ask me, she's the one who's scared to open up and have an honest conversation. For all her confidence, she's a very sensitive soul underneath. You'd think as a peacemaker, she of all people would know how to reconcile with her family after a falling out.
Nope, apparently
She must
not.
have been a handful growing up. Thank you for being there for her. And of course, Thank you for keeping her safe when you were up there in the sky.
Koya, Uncle Cusco, we're here!
What were you talking about just now?
Ha! I was just telling her that she's not to go chasing danger with Chaska ever again.
Cusco, I understand how you must feel. But it's all thanks to Koya and Chaska's efforts that the airborne workshop didn't come crashing down on our heads.
Oh, Paimon almost forgot to ask. They didn't hurt you while we were gone, did they?
Thankfully, when her co-conspirators tried to arrest me, I was out coaching CodeErr and Junan. The two of them were a huge help. They took care of things while I went around rallying the resistance. So, in the end, Alpa's would-be revolt didn't really get off the ground.
Damn.
And as it turns
Sucks
out,
to suck, Alpa.
not all of the wingless want to see our dear Saurian friends replaced with phlogiston-powered gizmos. I'm so sorry you got mixed up in this, by the way. We should have caught on to Alpa's scheme sooner. We could have saved so many Kukasaurs from getting hurt. Most of the airborne workshop has now been dismantled. We've just left one small, harmless part intact, and repurposed it as a jail for Alpa and her cronies.
Oh, damn. Prison in the sky.
Locked up in a sky prison.
How the tables have turned.
So, it looks like there's just one last conflict left to resolve. Peacemaker, you're up.
I said I had to wait until things had blown over, didn't I? And now they have. But I still have no idea what to say. Koya, I just want to say, I'm sorry for how things went down back then.
Come on, your family. Nothing to say. Sorry about you and Osorin. We all grow up and form new bonds with new family. And I've come to understand why you chose to stay among the humans. Probably because she is a human, first and foremost.
Does this mean you're not mad at me anymore?
Yeah, he's right. Damn, Koya.
There's that family likeness coming through again.
Paimon, zip it.
But that day, when we ran into each other.
I mean, I was angry at the moment. I thought you were their accomplice. Damn.
Huh? So then, when did you finally make your peace with it?
Jime! Hey, slow down.
Oh, it's Chime and Chimpu. They're here too.
Mom, are you okay? Mom is fine, love. We're all doing well. Look at them. It was when it was my turn to embrace a new family of my own. Big ol' family. And I guess that's the end, huh? Yup. Guns and wings. Quest completed. While I'm here, let me just... grab some stuff. Yay, I can now do reputation quests here. Hooray! Anything else they have to say that's new? Not really, but I can claim some more stuff here. %, huh? How much exploration progress do I need to make to get that reward? Please don't tell me I have to make 100%
Every journey.
exploration progress within the limited amount of time to get that reward. Because I'm not getting 100% exploration progress in this area. Forget about that. It ain't happening. But I might do a little bit more exploring to see if I can get something out of this. Please don't tell me I only get 400 Primo Gems for reaching 100% exploration progress within a limited time. Limited amount of time for 100%. That is a lot.
Don't rush.
Anyway. I suppose I am basically done. So how about, before I wrap up the stream, I just do a few tiny different things just to show Dragon Dagger some of the different parts of the gameplay that exist in this game. For example, let's start off by doing some fishing. Yeah. Let's do a bit of fishing. And then maybe do one round of the card game. Just so we have a bit of variety here before we wrap it up for the day. I will admit the fishing minigame is pretty straightforward and basic. The finish, I assume you mean the fishing. Let's see what I can catch.
Steady now, it's the final stretch. Whoa!
Got
nice
it.
catch.
This one. TCG time should be fun. Alright, I'll just fish until there's no fish left here in this area. And then we'll go over for a quick little TCG round. Ugh. This one's a little bit more feisty. I assume this is one I can add to the pond then. Yeah, considering how feisty this one is, it's gonna be one for the pond.
You made that
Yup,
look easy.
sure is. Next one.
Stay strong.
So close, so close. Stay cool. Whoa, nice catch.
And there's one more back here.
Victory is almost ours. Wow, Paimon's stomach is rumbling already.
Next. Oh yeah, I guess I should mention that is another thing. There is basically, you know how I showed you that there are like a few different sub-maps of the game? Well, there is actually one sub-map that you can design yourself. Basically, you can pick like a general layout for it, and then you can add a bunch of stuff to it, like buildings and extra terrain and greenery. And it includes a little pond, and you can add a few of the fish you caught into that pond. I might as well go there as well today, just for a quick little visit. Come on.
Paimon thinks you've earned yourself a new title, Favonius Fish Catching Extraordinaire.
Alright. One round of TCG. To the cat's tail. Let's see who my opponent of the day is gonna be. Oh. I guess we're facing off against Tartaglia.
The game is fun to play, and carrying the deck around isn't too much of an inconvenience. The only downside is that worthy opponents are quite hard to come by.
Well, let's see if I can beat him. Shouldn't be too hard, I hope. Of course, he has an entire F2P lineup. Okay, I don't need healing at the start of the game. The other cards are actually really good, I think. Maybe I'll shuffle this one out. Okay, I think that's a good starting hand. And of course I'll send in Fischl first.
In the name of the Prinzessin.
Reroll all of these. Okay, that was a very bad starting roll. Well, I'm sure I can make do. First things first, I can play this card to draw 2 extra cards from my deck. Then I will definitely play this card as a setup right away. Which allows me to draw 2 extra cards from my deck at the end of the turn. And now that I've drawn 2 extra cards and can draw 2 extra cards at the end of the turn, I will play you for extra setup. So I can fast switch. And then I really want to set up Oz. But I feel like playing create 2 Omni Element is a bit of a waste. So you know what? I'll sacrifice my healing card to transform one of my dice throws into electric damage, and now I can play Oz.
No rest for the wicked.
My pot of greed will let me pull 2 extra cards from my deck. Ah, yes. Ouch. Alright, now I've played this so I can perform a fast action for a switch. So I will perform a switch to... I think I'll go to Sucrose for now, so Sucrose can tank another hit. And then I end my turn, because I don't have any more stuff I can play. Alright, he does some more setup. He switches. I don't think he can attack with only 2 elements. Actually, he can attack with only 2. Okay. Alright, Oz gets a little bit of chip damage in. And by that I mean he just damages the shield and applies electricity. So far, I'm doing worse in terms of health, but I have way more cards in my hand. Hopefully that'll help. And I have a summon set up. Very bad dice roll, though. Well, that's better. Okay, so if I do this, then I'll play this.
Absorption test.
Forces you to switch out. You switch to Tartaglia. That is fine. I can switch over to Ganyu as a fast action.
What are my orders?
And then I will set up a shield.
Access denied.
And chip away at all your health. Elemental skill. Ouch. But that is fine. I tank that easily. I could switch out again before I end my turn. But I don't think it's worth it. I think I'm gonna stay in as Ganyu. You switch to Pyro, you're gonna chip away at my health, aren't you? Because I know you can attack with only 2. Yep. Ouch. But that's fine. Oz chips away again at the shield. And applies electric. Okay, I think I might have hit the card limit in my hand now. So I definitely need to start playing the cards I've been given. Oh great, now I get the electric stuff. It might be a bit late for the setup, but I'll do it anyway. I'll play this. Hang on, how much would that do? 2, 3, 3. Okay, that wouldn't be too much. Actually, that would be quite a bit. Yeah, you know what? I'll go for it. I'll go for it. I definitely risk sacrificing Ganyu by doing this. Because now I can't play anything else this turn. I can't even switch Ganyu out anymore. But that is serious damage. Let's see what he does.
An eye for an eye.
Yeah, that kills. Never mind, it didn't kill. He's gonna need one more attack. But Ganyu is most certainly dead after this. Because I can't switch. Come on, waste your turn. Never mind, he doesn't waste his turn.
My contract goes unfulfilled.
The threads of your fate lie in my hands.
It's definitely gonna be a close one. Of course, now I get the card for Ganyu, now that Ganyu is already dead. Great, all that cryo stuff doesn't do much for me because Ganyu is already dead. Okay, let's see. I really wish I had a way to kill him right away. If only. Fine, I guess I'll use this turn to set up Oz again.
No rest for the wicked.
And hope he doesn't do anything drastic. Of course he's gonna use his burst. That deals 8 damage? Okay, I mean, I knew it would be strong, but I didn't realize it would deal 8 damage. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I certainly am fucked.
Enhanced Animal Module 75.
Okay, second summon. Can't really do much here. But he won't deal too much. He can only deal like 2 extra damage to me. Then he will die due to my summons. There's still a chance that I can turn this around a little bit. I'll play you. And end my turn. That's all I can do. You're gonna deal 2 damage to me. Only 1 damage, actually. That is fine. That is fine. Oh, but 2 considering that. Okay. That breaks your shield. Now I get Timmy, of course. It's fine. There still is a small chance. Because my next attack will kill 2 of his cards. Meaning only the Siphon Mage will remain after my next attack. Only the Siphon Mage will remain.
Stand clear.
As long as the Siphon Mage doesn't kill me instantly, I win this.
And run from death.
Ooh, that hurts. But that should be it, right? Yep. Told you I still win these. Beat H-Star together. Should that be the last thing I do for the day? Fighting
Yeah, I
H-Star?
lost. Who would have thought you'd be so good at this?
God damn it. Ha! You fool! I mean, I could join you, or I could wrap it up early today. Because I do kind of feel like wrapping it up early. Need to catch up on a little bit of sleep at least. That's not super early. Alright, fine. Fine. 1 weekly boss fight, because why not? Please. Play just for the TCG? Fair enough. Yeah, I feel like Zhongli and Farina would be my best bet. Hi there. Look, it's Spinne playing as Hu Tao. Who could have guessed? Who could have seen this coming? Who could have predicted that Spinne would play as Hu Tao? Wait, do I even have enough? I mean, even if I don't have enough, I can use the thingy. Let me actually check. How much do I have? Oh, I have perfectly enough. Yeah, okay, we can do H-Star. I have the exact amount of resin I need. It is perfect. Almost like we planned it. Except we didn't. Well, let's go in and beat that boss. So yeah, that's another thing, Dragon Dagger. There's a few bosses in Genshin, obviously, and among those bosses, there's a selection of weekly bosses. The thing about weekly bosses is that, well, you can only get the rewards from those bosses once a week. And we're about to face one of those weekly bosses, and see how that plays out. But this is one of the easier ones, definitely. As far as weekly bosses are concerned, this one isn't too bad. Yeah, this combo should work. Hello.
It is time, Morax. We settle this now.
All right. Farina. And then we hit him with a meteor. All right. Already at the first phase transition. Let's run away and heal up. Yeah, you run away from me because you don't want to heal yourself. I'm gonna stay here. Heal up. Time for phase 2. Definitely one of the easier weekly bosses, if not the easiest weekly. Actually, no. I think actually Tartaglia is the easiest weekly boss. One more meteorite. And We've cleared the second phase. Okay, phase 2 done. We're just that quick about it. And time to charge back in as he switches to Electro.
Though you know it not. Experience an eon of suffering.
Strike a pose! Let the world collide!
Solidify!
Now the annoying part about this boss is it doesn't die until it comes back up from the ground. So right now it's unkillable. And now it dies. Really, boss? I've heard of that game actually. I've been told that I should maybe check it out. I don't know though. Maybe I should. Alright, there we go. Leave domain. Bye bye, Spinny.
Crumble.
Was fun doing this.
Rise.
Dum de dum. Time to exit co-op mode. Co-op mode interrupted. Returning to my original world. Alright, and the other thing that I quickly wanted to do before I wrap it up is to show you the custom map that you can make yourself. You can actually make multiple. The Serenity Pod, right, that's it. There's basically only one area in this current layout. Basically, you can have multiple layouts for this area. This is my current, and my current layout basically has only one area that I think looks good, and that is my pond, because I went out of my way to do that. As you can see, I constructed a wall of rocks, put some greenery on top of it, and if we head inside, you will see this nice calm area that I made for myself. There's my pond, with a bunch of extra greenery. Just a nice area where I can relax. Completely surrounded by rocks cut off from the rest of the world. Alright, fine, you can join for a second, but I'm gonna end the stream in a second. Most sane Zhongli simp, I mean, yeah. Look at all your fishies. By the way, this is where I should mention another little factoid. In case you're wondering, why does it say raise fish twice? This is actually two pawns stacked on top of each other. You can't tell because they're aligned perfectly that you can't tell. But yeah, I placed two pawns on the exact same spot in the map, and that's why I have twice as many fish in here as normal. Huh? Kind of had to break the game a little bit for that to happen. But it worked. That's also how I was able to get the greenery to actually grow from within the pond. And have some extra rocks placed in there. That's all stuff that the game doesn't normally want you to do. But it is possible to do. You just have to trick the game a little bit to accomplish that. And by doing that, I was able to create this nice peaceful area for myself. And my fishies. Haha, live funny, same voice actress as Morgana. Anyway, let's go fish blasting together. Oh my god, my pond is on fire. Okay, but how do... Water in the fire! Why? Water in the fire! No, but seriously, logical question, how does that work? Oh, the character that everyone uses for the interesting climbing sounds, that would probably be, Lisa. I'm gonna go ahead and... let's go just some random spot. There's a bunch of climbable walls over here in the mountains. Ian doesn't have the insane moaning. I think Lisa is one of the characters who... yeah, I mean, yeah, probably the Japanese version more so than the English version. Let me see anyway. I don't believe I've actually tried her out too much. Let me try. Where is she? There she is.
I'll keep an eye on you.
That's her. I should probably also deploy that party.
Want to go next?
Deploy. Alright, let's see if she makes the noises in the English version as well. I mean, not quite as much, I would say. To switch to Japanese, that would take a while because I would have to download the files for it. Now then. I'm gonna go ahead and look for a raid target now. Let's see. Shouldn't be too hard to find anyone who we can quickly direct a raid to. And thanks, Spinne. Thank you. Should we raid Charizard again? I feel like we could do that. Maybe let's go for Charizard again. I probably won't stick around too long because, as I said, I want to catch up on some sleep. Or Annoyed Nova. Let me check this person out real quick. I'm gonna just have a quick look at who that person is. I mean, we could. But Spinne agrees with Charizard, and we've raided Charizard before in the past, so that makes for a viable target in my mind. Although I am often also open to new suggestions. And if I ever am in the position where I don't know who to raid, I'm gonna keep being open to suggestions like that. But for right now, we'll go with Charizard, I've decided. If you stick around for the raid, it's up to you whether or not you want to stay once we head over there. But if you stick around at least for the duration of the raid, then you'll get some extra channel points, which you can use for all kinds of crazy stuff. So I would suggest you at least stick around for the raid itself. And then decide whether or not what you see over on Charizard's channel is for you. Anyway, I'll see you around, everyone. Next stream will be on Friday again for FNF. And actually, I will say this. I'll drop an announcement about it on the Discord at some point once I'm sure. Probably at some point tomorrow. But the Friday stream might have to be earlier this week. I don't want to cancel it. I don't want to cancel my FNF stream because it's tradition that I do FNF every Friday. But I might have to hold the stream earlier in the day. Definitely something that would be unusual. But I'll drop more details about that on the Discord in the announcements tab as soon as I have more details. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you around, and yeah. Till then, have a good one, and bye-bye. And of course, if you're watching this after this has been uploaded to YouTube as a VOD, your support has also been greatly appreciated. And if you want to catch me live in the future, you can do so by checking the description down below. There's going to be a link to my Twitch where I stream every single Friday and Saturday, and sometimes other days of the week too, though that's a bit more irregular. In any event, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around maybe some other time. Until then, have a good one, and yeah, bye-bye.